What if the villain was a hero all along? One Piece, 1149. Analysis, Chapter 1150. Predictions. What if the villain of the century was hiding inside a hero? What if the greatest sacrifice came not in battle but in surrender? Chapter 1149 didn't just twist the knife, it burned it into our hearts. A legendary warrior falls, a girl's memory fractures, and the god that rules the world finally takes the stage. Let's dive deep into every shock, every secret, and every sign of what's coming in Chapter 1150. This isn't a review, this is a prophecy. Gaban's fall, the end of an era. Scopper Gaban, the right hand of Roger, the shadow beside Rayleigh, has fallen. His final technique, Futenraku, heavenly music axe, wasn't just a strike, it was a farewell. A man who had not drawn a weapon in decades stepped into battle not to win, but to protect. He saw Colin, his daughter, about to die. Observation. Haki gave him one certainty. He couldn't save her and fight, so he chose. He dropped his axe. That silence echoed louder than any roar. And in that pause, Gunkko did what God's knights do. She struck 3 arrows to the chest. A brutal execution. As Gaban fell from the great tree, his last words whispered, "I'm sorry, Elbaf." Not just to a kingdom, but to a legacy, to a generation that failed, and was failed. Gunkko's memory, the girl who loved music, and then something shattered. Colin's scream cracked the armor around Gunkko's mind. She flashes back, a woman crying, "Father!" And then a shadow emerges, Brook, holding the hand of a little girl. "Yo-ho-ho, becoming a pirate is my dream!" The world fades into melody. The colors shift. A memory lost in time begins to bleed through. Could it be that Gunkko was once a fangirl of Brook? A child who loved music? A girl ripped away from joy, rewritten into a weapon? This twist isn't just tragic, it's crucial. Gunkko may not be the monster we believed, she may be a victim. A pawn wiped clean by the god of this world, by Imu. The god possesses a body, now the true villain rises. Imu, long shrouded in silence, speaks, not through titles, not from thrones, but through possession. Gunkko's eyes shift. Her body tenses. Black lightning cracks across the page, and then Imu speaks through her mouth. "I will demonstrate what it means to be ruled by God." This isn't a voiceover. This is a hijacking. Gunkko's body is no longer her own. She becomes the first vessel. It's not just chilling, it's biblical. Gunkko, possibly once innocent, now stands as the perfect symbol, a soul erased. A canvas for tyranny. And that black lightning? A corrupted echo of Luffy's conqueror's Haki. Imu doesn't just rule, Imu rewrites. Hidden themes in Chapter 1149, every panel is layered. Every moment is intentional. Gaban's surrender isn't weakness, it's a new strength. In a world that idolizes never giving up, he shows that sacrifice is sometimes the higher power. Gunkko's memory lapse taps into One Piece's oldest thread, identity through memory. From Robin's O'Hara to Big Mom's amnesia to Law's trauma, Oda reminds us what you remember defines you. And Imu? They represent the final evolution of control. Not just censorship, not just tyranny, but complete possession. Even the Maid Cafe cover, silly, absurd, vibrant, serves a purpose. Oda's quiet message. Laugh now, because next comes the reckoning. Chapter 1150. Predictions and War. What's next? Brook versus Gunkko. But this won't be a fight of blades. It will be a war of melodies. Brook may play the song, the one she remembers. And if her heart stirs, if she sings again, it may be the one thing Imu can't control. Revolutionaries invade. With Gaban dead, Mary Joyce in flames, and the throne exposed, Dragon and Sabo can finally strike. Luffy returns. And when he hears of Gaban's death, the sky itself may split. Ancient weapons awaken. If Imu's possession is tied to Uranus, this isn't just a spiritual power, it's a planetary threat. And then, the question that echoes louder than any scream. Who is attacking Mary Joyce? Is it Blackbeard seizing his moment? Vegapunk's rebellion unleashed? Or something older, something from the void century rising beneath the red line? Whatever it is, the world is burning. And Imu is finally playing God. The final war begins. This isn't just the fall of a hero. It's the collapse of an era. Gaban's death wasn't tragedy, it was warning. Gunkko's past isn't nostalgia, it's a key. Imu's possession isn't a twist, it's the beginning of the end. The truth is unraveling. The gods are bleeding, and the people are waking up. If you felt that chill, if your heart raced at the final panel, if you stared, silent, unable to breathe, you're not alone. One Piece is no longer just a journey, it's a revolution. Subscribe for more theories, breakdowns, and the truth behind the greatest story ever drawn. And remember, the final war has already begun.